calculus is so hard, so can you help me for that?
Sure. What do you need help with?
Just now there are three main projects, the limits, integral, and derivative. So I don't know how to.
Okay, so let me give you an illustration to help you to understand it. So on one Monday, Mr. Fabian decided to skip classes and go out to find the meaning of calculus. So he decided to climb up a hill. So he brings with him a turtle as his transportation and a sword as his protection. And he goes up the hill from the left side. And as he was going, there seemed to be another person on that hill. It's the graduated Mr. Fabian. And he was on a unicorn. And the graduated Mr. Fabian wanted to tell Mr. Fabian to stop this journey and go back to classes. They finally meet at a point, and let's call it a destiny point. So do you see how the two Mr. Fabians are approaching that point from two different sides? Mr. Fabian is going to that point from the left, so we call that Mr. Fabian is approaching the destiny point from the left side, and similarly, the graduated Mr. Fabian is approaching that point. So when the two Mr. Fabians are approaching the same point, we call that the limits as Mr. Fabian's approaches. The destiny point is mathematically the value of that point. So when you have a graph, just find that destiny point and look at the x value, then that's the value that the limit approach. So do you know what the limit is now and when it exists?
For me, the limit is the value of the density point, and it could be comes from both sides, and it also could be approaching the same point. That means it's approaching the same point, and it must be approaching the same.
Do you see the thing Mr. Fabian is holding this word, and the unicorn horn is the one that is carrying the graduated Mr. Fabian. There are the slopes at which the two Mr. Fabians are moving, and you know what the slope is, right?
The 70th of the line.
Yeah, so do you see as the two Mr. Fabians are moving, the slopes are moving too, right? So when they come to the destiny point, the slope at that point is called a derivative. So now you know what a derivative is. Do you know what's an integral? Okay, so integral is basically the opposite of derivative. Sometimes you can hear people say antiderivative. It's just a type of integral. So when you look at a graph, in this case a hill, do you see what the hill is made out of? Like grass, snows, and all that stuff, right? So the area under the hill is the integral of the hill, or mathematically of a function. So do you know what a derivative is and what an integral is when you look at a graph now?
So the derivative is the slope that you're looking for a point, and the integral is the area under the curve.
So I just want to add on something real quick. There are formulas which you can use to calculate derivative and integrals. And I think Mr. Fabian is going to show it to you in class. I find it so interesting to use derivative and guess how the function is behaving like. Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it positive? Is it negative? I think it's really cool. And also you can take derivatives several times to see how the original function is behaving like. And just say, for example, if you take a derivative of one function and then you lose the original one, you can use integration to find the original function. Cool, right?
Yeah, I think you explained to me. I got all of them. And it's my first year of my calculus. Do you have other?
Yeah, sure. So the first thing I would recommend you to do is not to depend too much on your teacher. Not that I say that you shouldn't depend on Mr. Fabian. What I'm saying is that you need to spend additional time outside of class to do extra problems so that you'll get better. Also, if you don't understand anything, ask. Mr. Fabian is here to help you. The students who have taken calculus before can help you, and I can help you if you don't know who to ask.